Hi, Vafa here.
This is a photo we already imported to Lightroom in last previous video. If you want to have a look at that, the link is gonna be on the top left corner. So after moving into Lightroom, so in order to play around the photo, because usually there is like kind of parts that are overexposed or underexposed or whatever, so the best option is go to develop module. Under develop module, we have all setups on the right corner. There might be expanded or collapsed, so make sure that you kind of like collapse all of them. The very first thing I would do is under lens correction. So click on these two selection items. So first thing that it does, it gives you a kind of like basic corrections based on your camera and the selected lens. So now that we are done with this, we go to basics, and because we have overexposed sky here, we need to do some changes that are only applied to this overexposed section. And in order to do that, we have to create a layer. In order to create a layer, so we need to select, for example, a graduate filter here. So select graduate filter and then grab your mouse and select left click and then draw a kind of like line and let go. So if it is not properly set up, you can take it up and right, up and down. And if you get away from this dot, your arrow changes into curve, so you can tilt it. So you may already see some changes here by default. So if that happens, you can double click on the effect. So make sure that you double click on everything stays in the middle. So now that you have everything in the middle, you can start playing around exposure. So bring it down. Here we go. Now we get to see some clouds. So contrast, I don't know, maybe we need to add a little bit of contrast. And then highlights, we bring it down again. Shadows, we can slightly bring them back down. Whites is too much, again bring it down, maybe -20 is good. Blacks a little bit down, so -10 would work. Texture, it's up to you, so you can add a little bit of texture to bring back a little bit of the cloud. Clarity, maybe a slight touch of 6. I just make it too much, come back. And the haze, so kind of like washes out everything, and then if you add too much, it's like kind of taking the photo out of like good view. So maybe a little bit like 1 or 2 is good enough. Now that we are happy with that, we click on done here. So the exposure of the whole thing might be good, but highlights, we bring it down a little bit more. And then the shadow, probably we go the opposite, so we add a little bit of value to shadows. So not too much, but maybe around like, I don't know, I feel like 18 is gonna be good. Whites, we can decrease it. Blacks, we can give it a little bit of dramatic look. Top here, it gives like a dramatic look. So when it goes to presence, so texture is good because we are like dealing with this kind of like rocks here. So too much texture, of course, it takes it too much out of the balance, and bringing that low, it makes everything foggy. But based on a little bit of touch would work well. Clarity, the same thing again. And I think saturation brings a little bit of the color because we have like kind of yellowish showing up here. So one click here, zoom, and one click out. And based on the zoom also, you can use this left items in order to get proper zoom if you want to do like kind of manual zoom.
Okay, now that we are done with all the changes we would like to apply to the photo, we can see the before and after by clicking on the backslash key on your keyboard, which is usually above the return key. So this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. And there's an option to see them side by side. Here we go. So now we can see before on the left and after on the right. So that was how we deal with overexpose the sky. That was a very simple example. There might be some complex situations that we need more than one kind of brush or more than one kind of adjustment layer. But that is how we start doing things. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my video. Until next time, bye.